Unlocking creative power. Moving beyond the fear of failing. A blank canvas often feels like standing on the edge of a precipice. Your pen hovers, your mouse waits, but doubt stiffens your hand. What if the idea sounds foolish? What if peers mock it or clients dismiss it? This inner chatter can silence creativity before it even begins. And yet, every significant innovation, whether a best-selling book, a revolutionary product, or a timeless piece of art, was born from someone willing to risk getting it wrong. Conquering the fear of failure isn't optional. It's a foundational skill for creative success. 1. How fear blocks the creative process. Survival instincts. Our minds are wired to steer away from threats, and in earlier times, social disapproval could mean real danger. Today, critique rarely harms us, but our brains still light up with warnings at the mere thought of taking bold creative leaps. The perfection illusion. From school report cards to Instagram posts, we're surrounded by polished perfection. Anything short of flawless feels like it's not worth showing. Tied identity. When people link their self-worth to what they produce. If this flops, I'm a failure. Experimentation feels threatening. Protecting pride takes over, stifling exploration. 2. Viewing failure through a different lens. Imagine how scientists work. Failed hypotheses aren't catastrophes. They're data points guiding the next test. The same approach transforms creative missteps into insight. Rough drafts are clues. A flawed melody or a broken prototype is valuable feedback, showing you what direction not to go in, bringing you closer to what will succeed. Revisions build progress. Each iteration refines the idea, turning so-called errors into necessary steps forward. Curiosity over perfection. When exploration, not perfection, is the goal, your worth is no longer tied to the final result. 3. Practical tools to quiet self-doubt. Timed idea bursts. Set a 10-minute timer. Write or sketch without stopping or judging. Focus on quantity. This helps bypass your inner critic and unlock raw material to refine later. Creative constraints. Strangely, limitations spark innovation. Work with just 2 colors, or craft a 100-word story. Boundaries reduce overwhelm and enhance focus. Quota of fails. Famous photographers often shot knowing most images would be tossed. Try aiming for 20 concepts, expecting 18 won't work. Hitting the failure quota becomes its own form of success. Outside perspective. When doubt creeps in, imagine you're giving advice to a friend. The emotional distance helps you see constructive next steps more clearly. Low-stakes sharing post works in progress to a small or private audience. These mini launches ease the fear of exposure and provide helpful feedback early on. 4. Creating a supportive creative space community of creators. Surround yourself with people who support experimentation. An idea gym, where everyone shares drafts without critique, encourages mutual bravery. Psychological safety. If you lead others, reward transparency and insight gained from failed attempts. Applaud thoughtful risks just as much as wins. Inspirational inputs. Dive into stories, interviews, or exhibits that show the messy, unpolished side of creative genius. Knowing even the greats faced rejection normalizes struggle. 5. Exposure in steps. Reduce fear through gradual exposure. Stage 1. Private creation. Brainstorming ideas for your eyes only. Stage 2. Share with one trusted person. Stage 3. Present to a small, kind audience. Stage 4. Take your work public, competitions, clients, or the internet. At each level, you'll see that criticism rarely matches your fears. This helps retrain your brain to respond calmly and keep moving. 6. Maintaining a resilient mindset. Change the inner narrative swap. This must be perfect, with let's experiment. A subtle reframe lowers the stakes and frees you to explore. Track small wins. Keep a journal of efforts, lessons, and mini successes. Looking back after a few weeks reveals growth you might not notice day to day. Breathe to begin. Use a simple breathing exercise. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6, before creative sessions to calm nerves and ground your focus. 7. When rejection hits, use it. If an idea gets turned down, take a breather. Pause, hydrate, reset. Analyze calmly what worked, what didn't, what feedback matters. Adjust and retry. Refine your approach and act on it while details are fresh. The quicker you turn rejection into action, the less power it holds. 8. Applaud the attempt, not just the outcome. After taking a creative risk, celebrate the act itself, whether or not it led to success. Give yourself a treat, take a break, or acknowledge it publicly. Linking rewards to bravery instead of results encourages future boldness. 9. Building long-term creative strength. Multiple projects. Juggling several ideas makes any single setback feel smaller. New skills, new sparks. Trying unrelated activities, coding, ceramics, improv, builds mental flexibility and can spark fresh ideas. Regular retreats. Step away to recharge. Quiet, play, and curiosity, without pressure, restore your creative edge. Conclusion. Begin boldly. Learn relentlessly. Fear whispers that your untested idea is safest kept hidden. But leaving it unexplored is the bigger loss. For you and for others, it could touch. By treating failure as feedback, embracing low-pressure creation, and nurturing supportive surroundings, you turn fear into fuel. That blank page is no longer a drop-off, it's a gateway. So take the first step, draft courageously, and discover the brilliance beyond your doubts. Thank you for watching. Join us on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe.